once I became a pro skater and started touring, my friends and I are smoking blunts and drinking beers in the tour van, and I never let it get too out of control because I always wanted to be a good pro skater. I took pride in knowing when we were going on a tour that those kids were waiting all summer to see our demo, and having Ed Templeton as my boss and my mentor and my peer was fantastic. He knew that we weren't excessively drinking. We knew that we were never glamorizing it. It has been glamorized in skateboarding. I never tried to glamorize it. For me, I used it in many ways. It was what we would call liquid stretch. My body was so sore, and I could have 2 beers and not feel so much of the soreness in my knees and my ankles and my wrists. And then for me, it helped me dealing with all, the pain of being gay and being in the closet and being on a tour with people, having straight porn mag images around me. Luckily, I was with a group of people that weren't homophobic, because Ed was such an artist, photographer, individual that, Ed was kind of the weird guy, and we all respected him because he's fun, and he's vegan. He never touched a drink in his life, and he knew, and he showed us, like, you guys can enjoy yourselves, just be respectful to people around you. And therefore, we had, like, my first tour ever for the Toy Machine video, Welcome to Hell. I felt safe. I felt very influenced by Ed's, his outlook on being a professional skateboarder. He always said, Brian, just do the best demo you can, unless you're hurt, and sign every autograph and enjoy yourself. And I said, thank you, because here I am on my first ever skateboard tour as an amateur, being in this video that's very highly regarded, Welcome to Hell, Toy Machine. And so that was pretty balanced at that point, at that time, my drinking. You'd maybe, I'd have a couple in the afternoon to get my body feeling okay, and then drink in the van on the way to the next city. I mean, it's not luxurious. You're in a skateboard tour van, you're in a Ford or Dodge, 10 passenger, 16 passenger van, and that's your home. So, we weren't rude to each other, and Ed, could sense that we were respectful to ourselves and to the fans. I'm 45 now, so 15 years ago, when I was between 25 and 30, I just drank more, because around 25, I started coming out of the closet to friends and family. But that pain and confusion was so severe, and then being that alcoholism is genetic, like my uncle and probably my mother's relatives, I can't call them out exactly, but grandfathers, great grandparents, like that, major problems with alcohol growing up in the Depression and in Maine, in the country, and there's just alcohol everywhere, and terrible different times, and in 1880s, who knows. But between 25 and 30, I drank more, just because I was living out of a bag and saying yes to every tour and loving it, having a lot of fun. But it's in my blood. It was the thing that would make me. It's also the other aspect is that I'm kind of a sponge emotionally. So when I'm in a room and there's all these other people experiencing joy and pain, I soak it all up really quickly. And it really, really can bring me really far down when I see someone around me struggling, because I'm really sensitive. I'm very strong, I do believe, but I'm very sensitive. And you have 5 or 6 beers, and I stop feeling everybody's pain in the room. My family calls me an empath. A lot of people use that word, but I guess it's a word I'm okay with. I'm very empathetic, And so alcohol, I guess help isn't the correct word, but I'll say it. It helped that at the time. It soothed that, rather. And and then, but I would always go to the gym after a night of partying in San Francisco. I knew I wanted to stay good on my skateboard. I never wanted to embarrass myself out at a contest or out at the skate spots in the city. I wanted to excel. I wanted to skate good. So, and because I'm Norwegian, Irish, I could drink a lot. And I would also drink a lot of water, and I would eat healthy, and I would stretch. I have to. I'm 6'4". So, I could take a lot. I could take a lot of pain. I could drink a lot of alcohol. And I also knew when to go home. I knew when to put my friends in a taxi. So I'm not trying to say that's responsible. But I was a full-blown functioning alcoholic, if you want to call it functioning. But and then, not to shorten that story, but click to last year before my 45th birthday in May, I just was very concerned about my poor organs after all those years, and then not only my husband and my family, but, just everyone and my body. I really started apologizing to my body, and at the same time thanking my body out loud, and all my muscles and all my bones and my lungs and my veins for getting me through life. And I said, I owe you a favor to my body. So it's like I had this massive conversation a year ago with my spirit and my mind, my heart. And I was addicted. I had to make sure I had a bottle of wine or more than a 6-pack with me when I went to sleep every night. And I was like, this sucks. I'm addicted to alcohol. I have to know when the liquor store opens, I have to know I have enough to get through the night to 10 a.m. to skate to the liquor store. And I was functioning. I would have probably 6 drinks in me at all times. And I could skate good. I could still call my mother, do all my emails. But then there were so many times publicly where it did get out of control. But that's skateboarding. That's rock and roll. It's not cool. I don't think that's funny. I don't glamorize it. But I would be at an event and I wouldn't get that wasted drunk until I could tell that everybody was about there. I would keep my composure best I could, because there would be a lot of people that I called decoys that would be plastered. and I'd feel for them, and I'd be like, yo, you got to go to your room. And it goes back to me being a kind of a mom, I really, that's my thing. And that's why I say I don't crave fame. I just feel comfortable in that world of entertainment. And I like to make sure everybody else is having a good time, sometimes more than myself.